So Capstone is going to be a little bit different in how we use the Google Classroom. So I wanted to go through and show you exactly what that'll look like because you're going to be using it every day. So if you look on the first page where it says announcements and stream, your assignments are not going to show up there. The announcements and the stream are going to be used for announcements. Because everybody's working at their own pace in Capstone, it would get cluttered in the stream if all the assignments went there. So they're not going to go there. There's going to be tutorial videos, announcements about due dates. If people are doing surveys and they need support, it's going to go there. It's for everybody. So where you'll find more individualized work is when you look in the classwork. So when you look in the classwork, it's going to be broken down into different categories. So if you can see, there's different categories where it's broken down. We'll start at the top. Pre-work assignments. These are 3 different assignments that you have to do in order to move on to demonstrate that you know how to use the Google Classroom, how you understand how Capstone is going to work, how you understand a flipped classroom or a modern classroom, before you can go on to actually start doing like the real work. So you're going to do this pre-work first. After the pre-work, well, you got to do a proposal. What are you doing your capstone on? So you have a couple different options. You can just start writing right away, or you can click on these little things that have the yellow yield sign, and those they'll help you out. They'll give you some ideas. They'll maybe send you to a quiz or something to learn about yourself. So maybe you could start there. After you've completed your proposal, you're going to have to demonstrate mastery. You have to show that you have learned these skills in high school before you can move forward onto something else. So you have to learn how to do a thesis statement. Now, some of you are like, I already know how to do a thesis statement. Cool. You'll blow through this really quickly. You'll click on Unit 1 because they're in number order. You'll click on Unit 1, thesis statement problem solving, and you'll go through and you'll click on this assignment. Now, this is where things are going to get tricky. Right now, you can click on it and it's fine. Everybody sees the same thing. But when you click on the lessons where it says start here, where the great big arrow is, you're going to have to make a copy. When you make a copy, it's going to look exactly the same, but I cannot see your copy. Only you can see your copy. So what you need to do up here is rename it, call it yourself. So mine's going to be PMW, identifying crafting effective thesis statements. Then that way, when I go back into my Google Drive, I can find it. This is what you'll upload to show me you've completed the assignments. And if your name's on it, I'll know who it belongs to. Then each of the assignments are in here. So they go down each part and you're going to do them in order. The should do assignments are ones that are optional. They could support you and they could help you, but the must do, you have to do. Everybody has to do the must do assignments. And you follow the directions. If it tells you to log on to Edpuzzle, you'll log on to Edpuzzle. You'll do the assignment. If it asks you to do some collaborative practice, you'll do some collaborative practice. Then you'll do a mastery check at the end, and this will guarantee that you have mastered the assignment to show that you know what you're doing. This is what will give you the green light to go on to write your own thesis statement for your own project. So back to Google Classroom. That's Unit 1. You finish Unit 1, you go on to Unit 2 and Unit 3. Obviously, they're in order, so you can find them, no problem. If you save them in your Google Drive with your name, you'll be able to find it. If you don't save it, it's going to be copy of, copy of, copy of, copy of, copy of, and you'll be so overwhelmed. So make sure whenever you save something, you save it with your name on it. If you get stuck, again, look for these yield signs that say help, where do I go for help? After you've completed those, you can either go on to your research paper or your project. And this becomes splintered and people do one or the other. And we'll go over that a little bit more in class. Also, you'll get prepared for your presentation, your community component, and of course, your time log, which is another video in and of itself. So this is just briefly how to use Google Classroom, and hopefully this sets you up for success.